Good evening, everyone. We welcome you to the Gilmore Center here on the campus of Appalachian Bible College in Bradley. I'm Keith Thompson along with Coach Brian Hilton this afternoon as the WVU Tech Golden Bears, now 3-2 on the season, will take on the Point Park Pioneers, who are 5-0 and 1-0 in conference play. And Brian, we find out just before tip-off that Andrew Work, who's the leading scorer for Tech, is not playing today.
Yeah, sounds like a minor foot injury, but we'll definitely keep him out today. Good news for WVU Tech is it doesn't seem like it's going to be a long-term outage for him.
So Work is not playing. Kevin Reynolds' team, they are 5-0. They have 3 players that are averaging in double figures, led by a big 6'5 freshman out of Houston, Texas, named Joe Valerie, who's averaging 19.
Yeah, a good balanced effort, it looks like, by Point Park, which probably explains the reason they're 5-0. For the WVU Tech Golden Bears, not having Andrew Work, and of course you got probably a preseason all-conference, if not player of the year. Thomas Haley's still not in the lineup due to injury, so I think they expect to get him back middle of December. At that time, with Work back, with him back, we're going to see a whole different team. But today, Keith, we're going to have to see who steps up and replaces that offensive and rebounding that Andrew Work brings.
Of course, the Pioneers of Point Park, they're out of Pittsburgh, and they will come out wearing the black uniforms, green numbers and white trim. Tech will be wearing their white with blue and gold trim. And, Brian, I tell you what, you look across the way, we've got a nice crowd.
Nice crowd, real great environment. We saw that at the Armory already for the Golden Bears, so just really good fan support, really some good special things Coach Wilmore and his staff are continuing here for WVU Tech.
And I think Beckley is starting now to take ownership of Tech.
Right, absolutely. Well, you've got Bryce Radford, who's averaging 14 points a game and just a hometown hero in every way, a tremendous kid. So I think a lot of people are excited about what's going on with this basketball team.
All right, it'll be Ashton Parker jumping for Tech, and Tech will get the ball to Darren Martin, and Martin puts it back into the hands. 5'10", sophomore Bryce Radford from Beckley. Bryce bounce pass over on the right to Darren Martin. Martin drives, looks underneath, throws the ball away to Joe Valerie, the big 6'5 freshman out of Houston. And Point Park has the ball driving. Kick out, right side, 4-2, no good for Jawar. And the rebound taken down by Tech. Radford has the ball, head fake, bounce pass. Inside, shot off of the glass, won't go.
Jawar coming in at 7-1 is a pretty big presence there around that rim for Point Park, number 32.
Yeah, Jags Jawar from India. Down on the floor. And we have a foul.
Yeah, we just saw there Point Park just getting downhill, driving to the basket, going strong and drawing the contact.
And the foul's going to be on Ashton Parker. And Jalen Stamps will go to the line and shoot.
Yeah, he's averaging 15 points a game, Keith, so not hard to see why he got downhill there and got a strong drive to the basket.
Stamps 5'10", and a junior out of Indianapolis, has the second one coming. Missed his first, makes the second. So Point gets the early lead. They're ahead 1-0. 19 to go in the half. You play 2 20-minute halves. And Tech with the ball over to DeAndre King. Down underneath, kick out, pass, put back up top. King over to the left, shot won't fall for Ashton Parker. Good pass by King to Parker. Outside, Radford steps in for a long 2, spins around, no good.
We'll take if you're WVU Tech, you got to take that shot from Bryce. You like that shot, just didn't go down that time.
Jags in on the rebound, 4-point shot in the air, and no good. It'll be picked up off of the floor by DeAndre King, 6'4", and a junior out of Wheeling. On the left side. And now around to Will Hill, who's in for Tech. Will gets the ball up top, looks over. Radford has the basketball. Bryce drives with his left hand, tries to go atop. Now looks underneath, and they'll put the ball over to the left side. Darren Martin on the assist, Ashton Parker for the 2.
Great execution against the Point Park team that's only given up 58 points a game this year. So we're seeing a great defensive team out on the court tonight in Point Park.
Park shot is no good. Rebound taken away by Condre King. King quickly up court to Darren Martin. Martin back over to Bryce Radford. Radford looks around to Condre King. King back around over to Will Hill. Long three for Will. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by Point. Jalen Stamps goes down court. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and it'll remain Point.
Yeah, we got Smithers in the game now. True freshman, three-point sharpshooter, looking to bring some early offense in for the WVU Tech Golden Bears.
6'1" and a freshman from Williamstown, Kentucky.
Shoots 40% from the three-point line, Keith.
And back into the backcourt on the inbound. Point trailing by a point. 2-1, 17 minutes to play. Point Park's Schifino from the right elbow. Shot spins around.
Great defense by Bryce Radford that time to keep the ball in front of him and contest that jump shot.
King on the rebound. Tech up court with the ball to Ashton Parker. Parker over on the right side. Smithers drives, pulls up. Baseline jumper from 7 feet away. Hard shot too, Brian.
Nice drive, nice soft touch on that runner. Tremendous move by the freshman.
3-point lead for Tech. 4-1. 16:46 to play. Around two, Ashton Parker for Point. Parker around two. Correction. Inside, and a whistle and a travel.
Well, I tell you what, WVU Tech's defensive execution has been tremendous so far. You know, you got a Point Park team coming in here, Keith, that's a top 10 rebounding team and a top 10 defensive team in points per game. So, mighty challenge today to play this undefeated team, but Tech's off to a great start.
Nate Van, 6'3" and a sophomore, is checked in for the Pioneers. He's out of Las Vegas. It's amazing where some of these kids for some of these schools come from.
Yeah, recruiting basketball just nationwide now.
And Bryce Radford has the ball. Tech kick around, back out to Bryce. Down in the corner, Bryce drives. Runner is up.
Wow.
And it's good.
What a nice floater over the 7-footer by Bryce. Tremendous basketball play.
6-1. Tech on a 6-0 run now after being down 1-0. Point, step back. 2, no good. Ball tipped around. Controlled by Schifino, no good. And Tech will get the rebound and will lose it off of the hands or off of the foot of Brant Smithers.
Nice rebounding effort by Tech. Very active on the boards.
So into the game is Diop. Salua Diop from the Senegal. 6'10" and a freshman.
Yeah, so far a big deal today is a rebounding effort. Tech's leading the boards now 6-4. Freshmen are going to do that every now and then.
Yeah.
But fortunately, Tech keeps the ball in that possession.
So it'll be Brant Smathers on the inbound. Puts it into Bryce Radford. Bryce comes across. Now gets a pick. Bryce pulls up left side. Somebody might have got a finger on that one a little bit. It won't go. And
either that or his arm.
And Brant will drive.
Yeah, Point Park just doing a good job there in transition, getting the ball straight up the floor. He was able to take it coast to coast, get all the way to the rim, and draw the foul.
So the foul is on Brant Smathers. Sorry, Coates, 6'6", and a senior from Philly.
Yeah, I love these Little General replays, and I love what Little General does for the kids and the sports in our area. It's just tremendous and phenomenal what they bring to the table for all of our area athletes.
Zaire ready to go. First shot is good. Coates out of Philly. Schifino from Pittsburgh. I said players from all over the country for all these teams, really. And you wonder sometimes how they get there.
Well, it used to be a little more regional with social media and with all the different coaching connections now generated. Kids go all over the country to play their craft. So
when Tech was in Montgomery and had football, I did their football for about 6 years. And there were kids from all. There were two brothers from Los Angeles that played for Tech.
Hey, great move that time by Will Hill. He's really become an offensive weapon for the WVU Tech Golden Bears this early in this season.
8-3 now is the score. It's a 5-point lead. And Shafino
Nice shot,
has the
Bryce
ball
Radford.
taken away. Radford on the steal,
Great
bounces
pass.
it to Smathers. Shot is up
Great
and
play.
in.
Great play. Great environment in here today too, Keith. That plays like that get this crowd into it.
And it sounds like half of them's behind us.
That's right.
Off balance shot is up and good. And count that for Jalen Stamps. And Stamps with 3 in the ball game. It's a 5-point lead, 10-5. And Smathers.
Yeah, he'll come over to set a screen and didn't expect him to come back. There we see Bryce Radford with the great defensive play, great push, and great assist in transition. What a play.
10-5, 14:38 to go. Tech up by 5 points. Jalen Stamps with the ball for the Pioneers to the left. Back up top. Stamps moves over to the right.
WVU Tech's doing a great job rotating on defense. Great communication, and the intensity is tremendous. Almost every shot's been contested.
And that shot off of the mark. Rebound is tipped out. And it'll be Brant Smathers, the freshman, with the ball. Smathers over to Keandre King. King to Will Hill. Gets a pick. Will. Top of the key. Shot is off of the mark. Rebound is taken away by Nate Van.
Good look that time.
And now the ball stolen.
Keandre King, great steal.
King
Great pass.
to Bryce for and a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, there again, Keith, getting out in transition, such a nice key, and they did a great job that time to find Bryce. And of course, Point Park, I'm sure on the scouting report, knows what kind of shooter he is, so they're running out hard and made the contact and put WVU Tech's best free throw shooter on the line for 3.
So Bryce will head up to the line. His team's ahead by 5 points. So Bryce Radford. First one is good. Bryce has 2 more coming his way. Now we've got Diop going out of the game. And Ashton Parker coming back in the game for Tech.
Yeah, I think Coach Wilmore saw the 7-footer go out for Point Park, and so trying to keep those rotations, those matchups correct out on the floor.
All right, so Bryce misses the second one, so it must have been a foul on a 2-pointer. And then driving in is Coates, misses the dunk. Ball pulled down at the foul line. Shot is short by Parker on the floor, and hard play by everybody.
Great effort. Great effort both ways.
I mean, Brian, as a coach, you like to see kids get their shirt dirty.
Yeah, there we see a nice drive down the lane by Point Park. He probably would have done better just to lay that in instead of try that dunk. But then great effort on the rebounding effort both ways there.
Brant Smathers whistled for the personal. That'll be his second, team foul number 4 for Tech. And the inbound will go to Joe Valerie. Valerie's shot is up and good.
Great defensive effort. Not hard to see why he averages 19.5 points a game. Great defense, but better offense that time.
4-point advantage. The Golden Bears, 11-7, 13 minutes. 18 on the shot clock. Tech down underneath, nobody home. Ball stolen away. Quick pass down court. And through the hands of Jalen Stamps, and Jalen just couldn't catch up with it. It was an excellent opportunity.
Yeah, they had a
Point to cut it to 2.
3-on-1 advantage. Just pass got a little bit out of control.
Will Hill with the ball. Hill over to Radford. Correction, Will Hill over to Luke Bass. And the foul's going to go on Point.
Again, I really like WVU Tech's pace early, getting the ball up the floor. They're getting some nice things out of their transition early on.
Malcolm Murphy whistled for the personal. That's his first. Second team foul. Tech on the inbound to Ashton Parker down in the corner. Parker directs a little traffic.
Point Park really overplaying those passing lanes.
And around to Luke Bass. And a whistle and a travel called on Tech's Ashton Parker. got his feet tied up a little bit underneath and just didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, tough pass to him. He really didn't have time to catch it and react. Just unfortunate play for WU Tech that time.
4-point advantage for Tech, 11-7, 12:35. Clock turns first half. Women won earlier, 97-66. And a personal on Andre King, and that'll be his first, and that is the 5th team foul. Cry Coates, 6'6", and a senior, will do the inbound. Bumps the ball in to Jalen Stamps. Stamps back around to Coates. They're on the right side. Now up top to Stamps. Murphy, and a whistle and a travel on Murphy.
Yeah, he kind of had the right idea, just got a lot of shuffling of the feet going on there. But I tell you, Point Park, you can see why they're one of the nation's top rebounding teams. They go to that glass with a lot of tenacity.
And they have actually out-rebounded Tech in this game right now, 11-6. 11:58 to play in the first half, and inside, Ashton Parker.
What a great move by Parker. Just faced his man up, got to the paint, then just used his athleticism.
2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, really, besides maybe a foul shot to an end. Coates, spin move, turns around, shot knocked down. The 6'6" senior gets 4 points in the game now. Cuts the lead back to 4, 13-9.
Yeah, averaging about 12 points a game. Nice play there on a step-back jump shot.
Luke Bass over to Bryce Radford. Back up top to Ashton Parker. Parker dribbles, sets in, sets, spins, tries to get around Murphy. Can't, puts the ball down in the corner. 3 is up and good. Bryce Radford.
Great kick out by Parker.
Radford. Inside, nice move, underneath, scoop, up and in.
Again, good defense, just a little better offense. Great move by Stamps.
Jalen has 5 points in the game, and the lead for Tech is 5, 16-11. Tech's 3-2 on the year, 1-0 in the conference. They have the ball down inside, shot off of the glass, won't go. Ashton Parker makes that one 9 times out of 10. Reverse layup is no good. Down court for Park. It hits the floor, jumps back up, right back into the play. Park, and a whistle and a foul.
Tech's real solid defense. The last couple possessions, Point Park's been able to get the ball in the paint with both feet in the paint. That's sometimes a hard thing to stop, Keith.
16-11 to score, 10-22. We have a timeout on the floor, and we will take a quick break as well. 16-11, Tech with the lead. We're back after this on Video Productions.
Former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And Road's neighbor.
Gilmore Center at Bible College. Keith Thompson along with Brian Hilton. This afternoon, the second of 2. The women won earlier, 97-66. Here, the men for Tech lead by 5, 16-11. And Brian, they're playing a pretty daggone good basketball.
WVU Tech
naps that one down. Will Hill, shot for Will from 7 feet away.
Great move. Great move. Just didn't fall. Here comes Stamps.
Down court, Jalen Stamps makes this a 1-point ball game, 16-15.
He's having a really good ball game so far. Stamps, very, very energetic player, playing with a lot of tenacity out there.
Point has outscored Point has outscored Tech 4-0 out of the timeout. Tech with the ball underneath. DeAndre King can't get it to fall. Park can take the lead. It'll be Jordan Stowe. Stowe, reverse layup, no good, hangs on the rim. Ball picked up out of the corner, and Bryce Radford comes up with it for Tech. Radford in the corner. 3 deep, left side, off the mark.
Great job by Radford pushing the ball that time. Got the look they wanted, just didn't go down.
Stowe on the rebound. Up to Stamps. 7:37. Fade away 3 is up and good for Jalen Stamps.
Yeah,
he has 10 points.
Yeah, his confidence is growing. He's, again, off to a great offensive start. Pretty well defended. He's hit some tough shots, Keith.
And Point takes the lead by 2, 18-16. Now Tech. Diop inside. Shot won't go for Diop with the left hand. Ball is going to be taken away. It'll be Valerie with the ball. Joe Valerie underneath. Turnaround shot by Valerie, up and good. You just can't stop that.
Yeah, Valerie's a good timeout by Coach Wilmore. Get the guys settled down a little bit. But Valerie, just tremendous offensive player, averaging 19.5 points a game. And here we see Stamps just on fire. Great move, great step back shot. And when you're rolling like he is right now, pretty much everything's going in for him.
And Tech out of the timeout has been outscored 9-0, Brian.
Yeah, it's again, good timeout by Coach Wilmore to get his guys settled down, try to get back into the situation here. They were in a little earlier. I think Point's defense has just been tremendous here. And you see here on this replay here, he's just a tremendous player. Nice spin to the baseline, good soft touch. Not hard to see, again, why he's averaging 19.5 points a game.
Absolutely. And Tech being out-rebounded in this ball game now, 19-9. So they're getting out-rebounded by 10 rebounds. Big difference in the ball game right there off the boards.
Yeah, again, well, you've got a top 10 team in rebounding margin in the nation in Point Park, and it's not hard to see why. But, Tech, they've got a lot of things. They got the shooters to offset this. So they can come out here this next 7 minutes and have some good possessions. They'll be right back in the swing of things.
All right, Bryce Radford with the basketball for Tech. Bryce over to Diop. Diop back to Bryce. Radford off balance right side, won't go. Ball tipped around, pulled down by Coates.
Good look out of the timeout, just didn't go down for Tech.
And underneath, shot is up and good for Jordan Stowe, and he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, there we go. Again, got to get back on defense. Great job by Point to push the ball. Stowe just uses athleticism with a good, strong finish.
Second foul called on Diop.
You know, when you're – I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
When you're playing a team like Point Park, wouldn't it be nice to have Andrew Work and Haley out there today to get, probably be settling this rebounding difference we're seeing right now?
So Stowe from Harrisburg, North Carolina. Is good with his first. So it's a three-point play for Stowe.
Is that a 12-0 run, Key?
Yep, sure enough. 6:40 to play in the first half. Tech has had the lead most of the time, but now it's a 7-point advantage for Park, and a pushing foul, and that's going to be on Stowe. As Stowe got caught up in there between Hill and Diop.
Yeah, he got his hand on the ball and initially made a good play, but then just shoved off.
6.5 to play in the half. 7-point lead for Point Park. There he comes from Pittsburgh. Off balance shot, won't go. Right now, Tech just can't buy a basket, Brian.
No, but that time, good drive by Hill. He did a good job of catching. You'll see him. He turns the corner, gets going strong, drew the contact, almost made the shot. Great offensive play.
So the foul's going to be called on Malcolm Murphy. That'll be his second.
You know, and Hill's, believe it or not, shooting 56% from the three-point line this year. So it'd be nice as the game goes, we can find him along that three-point line.
So Hill ready to go. First foul shot is up and good for Will, 6'5" freshman out of Dayton. So Malcolm Murphy is out of the ball game, and Jags Jawar, 7'1" and a sophomore from Punjab, India.
Yeah, Hill's averaging 12 a game, but a lot of that offense has come last several games. His offensive production's really picked up from WVU Tech.
Second foul shot won't go. Rebound is taken away by Diop and then knocked out of his hands.
Almost had it. Good effort.
And underneath, down the court, shot won't go. Diop gets the rebound for Tech. They'll push it up the floor. Hill for three, in the air, won't go. Hustles, gets his own rebound to Radford, over to the right side. And the three that time by Smithers won't fall.
Good look, great extra pass by Bryce Radford. Just didn't get that one to go down, but the kind of look we're looking for.
And Diop with a block on the big 7'1" kid. Shot in the air, that one is no good. Ball is tipped around and controlled by Bryce Radford. And now we're going to have the problem with the with the net. Now they got it straightened out.
Yeah.
So we have a media timeout on the floor. 23-17 is the score. And the lead belonging to Point Park. And we'll take a break as well. We're back after this on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Nachos, better with Pepsi.
Out of the timeout, it's 23-17. Tech has been outscored. Brian, 12-1.
Yeah, Keith, really the big difference is shot attempts. Neither team's setting the world on fire. Both teams playing great defense. You've got Point Park with 9 field goals, 28 attempts, whereas WVU Tech 7 field goals on only 21 attempts. So WVU Tech's going to have to get more rebounds. They're down 12 right now in the rebound margin. So that's the difference right now, just more shot attempts for Point Park.
23-12 on the rebounding, as you say. Tech with the ball. Around to Keandre King. King back to Diop, back to King. Back to Bryce. Can't hold on to it. Ball's taken away. And on the right side, it'll be Coates, and Coates goes to the basket. You can see, I tell you, this is a good team. They're 5-0. And they don't allow you to score a lot, and they can score a bunch, and they have. They're up 25-17.
Yeah, they got a lot of weapons, that's for sure, and they're very long and athletic, and they play really hard.
Moving inside, driving, underneath, shot blocked cleanly. Give the block to Jawar. And the ball almost stolen away by Tech and saved back in. And Point Park will bring it up court. And Point, 4:46 to play in our half. Ahead 25-17, ahead by 8. Shot high off of the glass is no good. Rebound is pulled down by Will Hill.
Good defense that time by WVU Tech.
Will tends to pass the ball over to Keandre King. And Jordan Stowe gets in, and Stowe knocks it out of bounds.
Looks like the referee lost his wedding ring right there. I hope his wife's not watching the broadcast. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And around to Bryce Radford for Tech. Bryce over to Will Hill. Will gets a pick, pulls up, shot is in the air, front of the rim, won't go. Ball tipped back out by Diop to Will Hill. And we have an offensive foul called on Hill.
They called that on Diop, I think, on the,
okay.
on the moving ball screen again.
Okay, there you go. That's the third one. That is the third foul on Diop and the 9th team foul. Hill thought it had been called on him too, but you're right, it was the the moving screen.
Yeah, just not getting his feet set good and getting wide, setting that screen.
4 minutes to play in the first half. Point. Ball swatted away.
Great job by Parker helping over with the big swat.
And down court, Tech loses control. It'll go out of bounds. And Point Park will have possession. They were at Alice Lloyd the other night before coming here.
Yeah, there we see Diop helping over with the big swat and Tech getting out in transition. So going to need more of that. I'm sorry, Ashton Parker on the block.
25-17, 8-point lead on a 14-1 run. Inside out, 4-3. In the air, won't go. Rebound, Smithers.
Great effort by Smithers that time to go and grab that rebound.
Bradford over to Will Hill. Will holds the ball up on the left side. Gets around, tries to go baseline. Now underneath, reverse layup up and in. And that brings to a scoring drought for Tech as far as basket goes to about 5 minutes.
The Golden Bears needed that basket. Great baseline drive by Hill and just really good, strong finish.
All right, here's Park with the ball. Coates, kick out, left side, baseline, Stowe for three. Won't go. Underneath, rebound back up and in by Schifino.
Good athletic play by Schifino that time.
27-19, back out to an 8-point advantage. Tech with the ball, down in the corner. Will Hill tries to go baseline again. Tries to feed the ball inside. It'll be taken away. Schifino down court, slams it home. Correction, Kyrie Coates slams it home. He has 8 points in the game, and it's huge.
Yeah, that time you see on the replay, just active hands, active defense, come up with the steal, which leads to that big dunk in transition.
So the timeout, it's a 10-point lead, 29-19.
Yeah, it's really just been an offensive drought by WVU Tech. I think their intensity's been great. Their half-court defense continues to be solid. The biggest difference right now is the Point Park half-court defense. It's just really been great, and WVU Tech's had a hard time getting a rhythm in the half-court.
And have had a hard time. They're also being out-rebounded too, Brian, 25-16. Defensive rebounds 15-3, but the difference is a point on the offensive rebound, second chance, and so forth and so on. They're out-rebounding them 10-3.
Yeah, again, the Golden Bears, a couple of key rebounders, probably would be their leading two rebounders. Andrew Work, as we know, we've seen, and Thomas Haley, who hasn't got to play yet this season. But both of those guys will be back soon enough, and I'd say that rebounding margin we're seeing tonight won't happen too often the rest of the season.
29-19. Tech has been outscored 18-3.
Still
out of the timeout.
Still in the ball game. They got off to a good, strong start, so just need a couple of good possessions here to get settled down.
So Bryce Radford will work the ball up court, inside, outside.
There you go.
Up and good.
Great drive by Bryce Radford. Nice kick out to the sharpshooter, Keandre King.
29-22.
Much needed basket for WVU Tech right there, Keith.
Inside ball lost away. Tech comes up with it. It'll be Smithers with the ball on the left side of the court. Smithers spins around. Back around over to Darren Martin. Martin to King. King to Radford. Bryce calls out the play. Backs back up. Looks over. Bounce pass. Around to Ashton Parker. Parker takes the drive one way, goes the other way.
Wow.
Whistle, foul, basket is good, and
wow.
one.
Wow, what a move. I mean, he just faced up the 7-footer, got to the paint, went up over and dunked on him. Nice three-point play. What a play. That just shows you the athleticism of Parker. At any level of basketball, that level of athleticism is very high.
Parker, 6'6", and a junior, has 6 points. Kevin Reynolds, the head coach at Point, he's fired up right now.
Well, I tell you, out of that timeout, Coach Wilmore's team's come out with a lot of intensity. We've seen a big change since that last timeout.
And you got to make those, though. Parker misses the foul shot. The lead is 5, 29-24. And a long three attempted by Schifino won't go. Ball is tipped around and picked back up by Ashton Parker. So Parker up court. Parker goes, looks down in the corner. Set inside. It's Darren Martin. Martin can't do anything with it. Back up to Bryce. Radford goes over to Keandre King. Back around to Brant Smithers. And Martin down underneath. Ball is stolen away. Good movement. Good defense, though. Down court, off balance. Shot is in the air, no good. And won't go. Which way do they say? It's going to be Point's ball.
Yeah, Point all over the place down here in the half-court defense. And WVU Tech, great job in defensive transition that time.
29-24, 62 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I thought that was the right call, Keith. The officials did a great job getting together and making sure they made the right call, and I think they did.
Yeah, they reversed the call, give the ball back over to Tech. Inbound. We'll go to Bryce. Bryce back to Darren Martin. Martin back to Bryce. Back to Ashton Parker. Back over to Radford for three. Bangs around, won't go. Ball is taken away by Jalen Stamps. 42 seconds to play in the first half of a 5-point ball game, 29-24. Jalen Stamps on the ground and a kicking the ball violation.
Yeah, he was laying on the floor. He knew he couldn't get to it, so he decided to just try to kick it.
Pretty smart move.
Yeah, good move, but stopped the transition by WVU Tech. But again, WVU Tech continues to impress. I think their half-court defensive execution this half has been tremendous.
And we got a little maintenance on the floor, and we also have Will Hill coming back into the ball game. They've got to bring out a towel now and clean things up. 29-24, 33.2 seconds remaining in the first half. Tech's women's team won earlier, Brian, 97-66, and that's another game that had a lot of intensity.
WVU Tech women can put some points on the board. That's a tremendously fun team to watch.
So we go under 30 seconds in the first half. The men's team down by 5 points, 29-24. Bryce Radford with the ball. Dribbles between his legs. Now with his right hand. 14 on the shot clock, 15 on the big clock. Bryce over to Parker. Parker has his pocket pick, pulls back, gets the ball back out for three, spins around, won't go for Condre King. 3 seconds to go. Down court, three in the air off of the mark. We have played a half. It is 29-24. Point Park with the lead over Tech. Our halftime show on the air after this here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Halftime here at Appalachian Bible College. Your score 29-24. And the lead belonging to the Pioneers of Point Park coming into this game undefeated. And Brian Helton, the way they have played, this has been a low-scoring half, but you can tell the way they've played, this is a very seasoned basketball team that Kevin Reynolds has. Yeah,
they really are, and just tremendous focus on defense. Now, Keith, I think both teams defensively have done a really great job. You have WVU Tech, probably, I don't know, but possibly a season-low half shooting percentage, 10 of 28 from the floor. And on the other hand, you got Point Park, 12 of 38 from the floor. So both teams hovering around that 30% mark field goal percentage. That, the big difference is Point Park's got 10 more shots than WVU Tech, and that's, as you've mentioned a few times here, as a result of the rebounding difference of 9, plus 9 for Point Park on the boards.
Yeah, and you look over at Tech, they only have 3 offensive rebounds. So, you take that and you take that into consideration that they've been outshot by as many as they have, and that's the reason.
Yeah, it really is. And when you're in these types of situations in game, every one of these rebounds is going to make a big difference because both teams are so good defensively today, and every shot's being contested. So that board work really becomes a big difference. Now, the thing I like about what WVU Tech's done is they've had 7 assists already, compared to Point Park only 2. And, on the downside, Tech with 11 turnovers, going to have to do a little better job of taking care of the ball this second half.
And Tech led this game by 7 points in the first half at the 15:03 mark. And then that's when Point Park, they took that timeout, and that's when they went on a massive run of, what did they go on, like a 14-1 run or something like that, and got themselves back into the game, got the lead.
Right, yeah, and that was a tough rebounding stretch right there for WVU Tech. I think they've got a great opportunity here because they've kept it close and competitive. They've played so hard on the defensive end. They put themselves in a good position to be right in this ballgame to start the second half.
29-24, we're at the half here at ABC at the Gilmore Gym. Tech they've had the lead in the game, but it's been back in early into the half, and they trail now by 5 points, 29-24. We'll take a break. We're back with more of the halftime here on Video Productions after this.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
A backflow prevention device?
Well, it's a device that's used to protect water supplies from contamination or pollution in homes or businesses.
Is that why you were talking to that man?
Well, he was a certified plumber from Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's is fully licensed and insured in testing, installation, and service of backflow prevention devices. I just call 304-253-HELP, and they'll take care of it the right way.
I thought it was something for the car, so Mom wouldn't hit the house again when she was backing up.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical college. Apply today.
Welcome back to the Gilmore Gym at ABC, 29-24, and the lead belonging to Point Park. The Pioneers 5-0 out of Pittsburgh, and they're pretty good.
yeah, they're good. They're good. Good balance. Good defensive team. Very athletic. They go hard to the glass. So not hard to see why they're 5-0. And also at the same time, a little bit of a wounded WVU Tech team. Not hard to see why they're getting votes in the top 25 because they've kept this game very competitive and found ways to scrap and claw and stay right in this thing.
53 points combined here, Brian, and up in Morgantown there's 64 points scored, 41-25, so 66.5 in a football game.
Yeah.
And we've got 53 here in a basketball game.
Yeah. If you're WVU football, you certainly aren't proud of giving up 41 points at halftime, I'm sure.
So we'll see what comes out of that. Both teams. Now Tech has made their way back out, or some of the players have made their way back out. And Coach Wilmore has, I guess, everybody else in and getting a little talking in. And Brian, if you're George, what are you telling them?
Yeah, just continue to scrap and continue to play. I mean, those shots will come down. Again, the defensive effort's there. I don't think he can speak to anyone not giving effort. I think everybody that's been to games gave a tremendous job. It's just a good basketball team they're playing, and both teams are giving great effort. Again, Tech scoring's down. Tech's averaging 73.5 points a game, only 24 at the half. And, the leading scorer right now is Ashton Parker with 6 and Bryce Radford with 6. Will Hill with 5 and Brent Smothers with 4. So nobody in double figures, and that unfortunately spells up to only a 24-point half.
And if you're Kevin Reynolds, I think you're telling your team, hey, look, we're giving up on average about 55 points a game. Right now we give up 24, so we're just about where we need to be. Yeah,
they're just they're right pretty much at their average. And again, we mentioned in the pregame they out-rebound their opponents on average by 13 a game, and I don't know how many they're up now, but it's probably close to that.
Right now they're up 9.
Right.
28 to 19. So, yeah. So they're right on that, and then they're also close to where their points that they're giving up. And I think if you're Kevin Reynolds, you just come out and you say, guys, we need to clean up a couple things. There were some times that we got a little sloppy, but besides that, go out and play like you've been playing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you can't. Again, if you're Coach Reynolds, the effort his team's putting forward and the tenacity they play with and the grit is evident. And again, this kind of tough team, tough basketball, again, that leads to a 5-0 record pretty early here in the year for them. I don't understand why they're not getting top 25 votes as well.
He's 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from outside of the circle, 1 of 2 from the foul line. So he has 10 points. Most points, as you said, Ashton Parker has 6. Will Hill has 6. And Bryce Radford has 6. Will Hill has 5.
Yep.
And 8 points for Coates for both teams. So, if you're 29-24, you're not going to have a whole lot of folks in double figures.
No, and for Point Park, again, Joe Valerie averaging 19.5 points a game. WVU Tech's been able to hold him to 4 so far. So that's a tremendous defensive effort on one of the top scorers you'll find around anywhere at almost 20 points a game.
All right, about 3 minutes or so before we're getting ready to start the second half of this ball game. We'll take our final timeout at the half. It's 29-24. Second half coming up after this on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Right here, supporting a local business which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs. Right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
Back here at the Gilmore Center as we are ready to go with the third quarter. Keith Thompson along with Coach Brian Helton. 29-24. Brian, I'm still in high school mode. Second half.
Second half.
Third quarter.
Yeah.
Park with the ball down inside as the teams will switch sides of the floor. Park going left to right now. Coates up top. Fadeaway shot, but Coates won't go. Goes over the back. Automatic dead ball.
Great defensive job by Will Hill. They're defeating the screen. Shot. Just a great possession by Will Hill and the WVU Tech Golden Bears.
So Tech, Brant Smithers to inbound, bounces it into Bryce Radford. Bryce back over to Smithers. Smithers, bounce pass, right side to Parker. Parker back up to Smithers. Back to Parker. Parker, kick out over to the right side to Will Hill. Will Hill goes inside.
Nice.
Shot is up and good for Will.
Nice drive to get to the paint. Real nice finish with the left hand.
29-26. Tech draws first blood here in the second half. They trail now by 3 points. Inside shot blocked. Nice block. Ashton Parker goes high, Brian.
Yeah, Ashton Parker averaging 3.7 blocks a game. That's 2 or 3 today already. Just tremendous elevation to get that shot.
Coates on the inbound. Stamps drives. Off balance shot by Stamps. No good. Ball tipped around. Will Hill comes out with it for the Golden Bears.
I really like the defensive intensity by WVU Tech to start the half.
Ashton Parker hands the ball off to Condre King. King goes to the basket. Shot up and a good.
Great left-hand finish over the 7-footer. Great drive by King.
1 point. Tech opening up on a 4-0 run to start play in the second half. Trail trimmed the lead down to 1 point, 29-28. Joe Valerie. 31-31 is your score. Tech with the ball. Over to the right side. Off balance. Shot won't go. Whistle and a foul on Jordan Stowe.
Yeah, again, there we have on the replay, Will Hill asserting himself a lot in the second half. Great drive, great physicality to get to the line.
Will Hill at the line shooting 50% so far today. So Will. Shot is good. Tech has their first lead since the 15:07 mark in the first half.
Yeah, so off to a nice, 8-2 run start this half?
Yeah. Makes both of them. So Will's 3 of 4 from the foul line. 9 points for Will. Tech is up by 2, 33-31. Point with the ball. Jalen Stamps, the junior, looks over to the right to Schifino. To Coates. Coates spins around. Bumps. Coates makes his own move. Nice move to the basket by Coates. Can't get the shot to fall, and Parker jumps in and gets the rebound up to Smithers.
Great help defense. A lot of traffic there in the paint that time.
These officials are letting them play.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good. All officiating's been great today.
Radford with the ball. Bryce, bounce pass. And underneath, they'll kick it back out. Smithers for 3. It's up and good.
There you go. WVU Tech coming out of the break. Just tremendous adjustments. Great job defensively. There we see the great kick out. Smithers, the freshman, lined up. 3-ball down. And just he's a super high percentage shooter, shooting, again, over 40% from the three-point line this year.
So Tech has come out and started to assess themselves a bit here in the first half, or the second half of this ball game. That was 29-23 at the break. 29 score at the break, and Tech has outscored Point Park 12-2.
Yeah,
here in the second half.
Yeah, what a start!
Yep.
What a start! Yeah, and the offense has really been flowing. 24 points this half. So you can just see the nice adjustments they've made. Really great ball movement, and again, a lot of their offense in this second half has been precipitated by really great half-court defense on the other end.
And you're playing a good team, and sometimes you just you take that, Brian, in the first half, and you go in at halftime and you have to make, some of the adjustments are there. Some of them are slight, but there are adjustments that have to be made.
That's right. Yeah, they're getting the right guys in the right place offensively, and it's really shown so far in the offensive output.
Jalen Stamps with the basketball for Park. Point trailing 36-31. Baseline. Now they'll go to Coates. Coates drives, scoop, won't go. Offensive foul on Coates.
Yeah, Ashton Parker just did a great job setting up. Known, obviously, to be a shot blocker that time. Just set himself up great. sacrificed his body and took that charge for his team. Great job.
That is the second foul on Coach, third team foul.
There you see this great job helping over by Parker.
Good. 36-31, 5-point lead for the Golden Bears. Outscored point 12-2 in the first part of this half. And now King for a three. Won't go. Rebound is ripped down by Parks. Joe Valerie. Valerie in the paint. Shot is in the air. Won't go, but Valerie tipped around. Smithers had it. But Brian, when the ball was tipped to him, he was standing on the baseline.
Yeah, couldn't quite get both feet set, but good effort by WVU Tech to try to keep that ball alive.
Point Park ready to inbound. And they'll get it into Stamps. Three for Stamps. And that's a two. It's a long two, and it's a huge shot for Jalen Stamps.
Yeah, Stamps has had a really nice ball game. Great first half and come out. Nice shot there.
Point needed that. Stamps has 12. That trims the lead to 3, 36-33. Parker inside, moves to the basket, shot high off of the glass. And I'm going to tell you something, that's working to get it over Stowe.
Yeah, great move. And, you know, WVU Tech's doing a great job of isolating and looking for those mismatches on the offensive end.
38-33, 5 again. Off balance shot is up and good. Jalen Stamps falling away. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, great defense, better offense. Great job by Stamps on that shot.
Back down to 3 again, 38-35. Over to the right. And inside and whistle and a foul. Now you're starting to get a little dissension between the troops out there. And as a coach, you never like to see that.
No, it was a good getting the right matchups. Great, strong finish that time by Parker.
Parker goes to the line. Ashton with 8 points in the game. He's missed his only previous free throw attempt. And Jalen Stamps.
He's really kept Point Park in this game over the last few minutes. Without his offensive production, things would be a lot different for Point Park right now.
Trying to see how many fouls is on Stamps. Okay, all right. So I know where the foul came from then. Ashton Parker back at the line. That one was short.
Great crowd here today, Keith.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shafino from Pittsburgh drives with his right hand, kick out to Malcolm Murphy.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
We are back here at the Gilmore Gymnasium at ABC, and Tech has the lead 44-37 with 11:42 to play in the game. Park on the inbound, and they'll kick it back over to the left side. Jalen Stamps with the ball. And back around. Park has not shot well in this half. 28.6%. Underneath, shot in the air, won't go. And a whistle and a foul is going to go on Tech.
Yeah, Keith, I think that's a great point. First of all, we see here just a really good move. Shafino gets the nice spin back, gets to the rim, goes strong, gets the line. But like you mentioned, the shooting, and consequently, WVU Tech's 50% so far this half. So
and a glaring thing, as you mentioned, they're one of 13 from outside the circle.
Yeah, for Point Park, they're definitely not shooting the ball well today.
And Shafino chunks one from the foul line. Score remains 44-27.
And by the way, WVU Tech has a lot to do with that poor shooting effort by Point Park so far today.
Schifino gets the second foul shot to fall. The lead is cut now down to 6, 44-38 with 11:17 to play. And an over and back violation. Ball just jumped around. Radford says it was knocked in the backcourt.
Yeah, look here at the replay. Get it across half court.
Rice is right there. He might have a legitimate point that the ball was touched.
It's either his ball or his arm, so should have either been a contact or a foul. So
the Point will have the ball. The left side from the elbow shot is up and good for Sharon. Schifino, the senior out of Pittsburgh. He has 11 points.
Yeah, he's stepping up his offensive game. That was a great move by Schifino that time.
44-40. And kick out. Bryce Radford, long three off of the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound by Jordan Stowe. Ball down court, stolen away by Tech's Keandre King.
King's everywhere this half, isn't he?
Absolutely. Now Tech loses the ball on the floor. It's tied up. And which way is it going to go? It'll be Point's ball.
Yeah, they receive just loose ball. Everybody going hard after it. Kind of hard to tell there who it was off.
Yeah.
But referees are right on top of it.
So the inbound is going to come from Jordan Stowe to Jalen Stamps. Back out to Schifino. Fade away.
Stepped on the line.
It would have been deep if he stepped on the line. He missed it.
I think there Valerie just, again, used to scoring a lot of points, having a tough night, maybe forced that one a little bit. The offensive frustration coming out a little bit.
And he's averaging 19.7 or something like that, and he's got 4.
Right.
Tech with the ball and the lead, and Ashton Parker. It's a large part to do with Tech having the lead in this game. Kick out Smithers for 3. Drains it.
Great pass by Parker. Smithers, the sharp shooting freshman, gets his feet set. 40% three-point shooter. That's what it looks like. Great job.
And Jalen,
look at that pass.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Smithers.
Great pass. Great read, great shot.
Has 10 points in the ball game. 47-40. Tech up by 7 points. Point Park with the ball. Ashton Parker almost lost it off of the dribble. Now looks down inside and crashing the board, and we're going to have an offensive foul called on Tech. The basket's going to count. The big man missed, but coming flying in was Valerie.
Yeah, there we see point blank shot mix, but Valerie just very active, staying after it, determined play. And one.
So Valerie has 6 points in the game.
Yeah,
with an and one situation.
Yeah, Tech's done a good job of keeping them off the glass this half. That's really one of the first breakdowns they've had with that. I think the rebounding stayed fairly even this half, Keith.
Rebounding now is 38-27. Points still up by 11.
Yeah.
But this half has evened it out.
They've kept it in range, and that's made a big difference.
Ball tipped around. Valerie misses the shot. Tech comes up with the ball. Ashton Parker over to Bryce Radford. Bryce will bounce it across the timeline back to Parker. 9:20 on a turning clock in the second half. Parker at the foul line. Gets some help. Kicks out over to King. King back to Parker inside. Whistle foul.
Oh, yeah.
On Jags.
Yeah, Parker there maybe just a little too deep there. Caught the ball. Bang, bang play. And actually that foul was off the ball, I believe.
It's not going to be on Jags, but you just look at him. That's a big hombre right there, buddy.
Yeah, he makes a big difference around that rim, doesn't he?
You got that right. We have some more maintenance on the floor. And now we're going to have to go down and clean up under the basket. 47-42. Lead belonging to Tech.
Yeah, this is just a physical, intense basketball game. It kind of reminds you of the 80s and the 90s and the old Big East.
Yeah.
It's what we're seeing a lot of today. There's a lot of physicality. Guys are going hard. Great defense, great rebounding, and, just both teams putting out a tremendous effort today.
Park led 29-24 at the break. Now Tech leads 47-42. 9 minutes on a turning clock. Down underneath. Turn around. Spin inside. Nice move. Stayed right with it, did Joe Valerie. He's starting to warm up now, Brian.
Yeah. Just a good, strong play. Took his time, made a great move, and finished right at the rim. Cut it down to 3, Keith.
47-44. Valerie averaging 19.5. Plays for Point Park out of Houston. Drive shot is no good. Rebound Valerie. Valerie feeds the ball off to Stamps. Stamps off of the glass.
Great transition that time by Point Park off a great defensive effort.
16 for Stamps. It's a 1-point ball game, 47-46. So here's the run we figured what was coming.
And Stamps has had a heck of a game today. Been a real spark plug for Point Park.
Tech with the ball. Parker. Parker inside. Followed away. Shot for Parker won't go. Ball is tipped out to Jordan Stowe. Point could take the lead for the first time. In several minutes. Since the half, really.
Yep.
They're down by 1, 47-46. And they'll get the ball over. And the 3 is up and good for Joe Valerie, the 6'5" freshman. How you like to have that as a freshman?
Wow, yeah. I mean, just such a tremendous player. Can score from all 3 levels, Keith. I mean, and just plays so hard.
49-47. Timeout has been asked for by Tech. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, so Valerie had, Keith, 4 points at the half.
And now he has 2-4. He has 7 here in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's really come alive and started to assert himself.
So he has 11 points. His average is about 19. But you can see him starting his confidence level. And for a good while in that game, he scored his 4 early, and then he just kind of went under the radar for a good while. And some frustration started to set in here in the second. But he worked himself out of it, as good players will do.
Yeah, he hasn't, just the whole Point Park team, they just play with a lot of tenacity. I mean, the effort, they just continue to keep coming and keep coming. Even a team, a lot of times you shoot the ball 28%, you can get your head down, and sometimes the tendency of a basketball player not to play as hard on both ends, but that certainly hasn't been the case with Point Park.
Park now 36.2% from the field, 28 of 51, or correction, 21 of 58. Tech 39.5%, 17-43.
Well, that was a good timeout by WVU Tech. Get settled, get into something they're comfortable with, and really need to get a good possession here, get a good look, and hopefully come out here with a tie or a lead after this possession.
Tech trailing for the first time since early here in the second half. Now down 49-47, blocking foul called on.
Not sure what they called there. I'd have to see this replay. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I think the referee thought he saw a moving screen, but it certainly didn't look like there's really even any contact made on that one.
So going to give the ball back to Point Park. Park has the ball inside, off balance. Shot is up, rolls, hangs, won't go. Rebound tipped around and pulled down by Valerie.
Big 7-footer kept that one alive, didn't he?
Yep, sure did. Inside an offensive foul, this time on Jags.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't recall seeing.
Over to the right side. Over to Keandre King. King to Parker. Parker back to King. Whip pass across. 3 in the air. Won't go for Will Hill.
Great pass by King that time. Just unfortunate shot didn't go down for WVU Tech. And now under 2 minutes now. These possessions here are big ones.
Right.
And that's a big free throw by Keandre King just now.
And it's still a one-possession ball game. 56-53. With 1 minute, 26 seconds to go. Second one's up and good. That was huge for both of those shots.
Yes. Big shot, big time moment making those free throws.
Point will roll the ball up the court, and now they want a timeout. So Kevin Reynolds, the head coach, says, okay, we need to get a timeout. We're down by 4, and they will take a break and set them down on the bench. 57-53 is the score. We're back after this on Video Productions.
Former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple,
Call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem.
And a 3 is in the air that will not fall.
Big rebound by Keandre King right there.
1:11 to go. Park has 3 timeouts. Tech has 2. Down court, alley-oop intended for Ash off of Will Hill. And I swear, Brian, I think Will ought to went ahead with the basket on that.
Well, yeah, or maybe just pulled it out. I mean, you're up 4 with a minute left, you know, to take make a tough play. I try to alley-oop pass right there. Been better to pull that out, run some clock.
1:03 to go. We're under a minute. 4-point lead for Tech, 57-53. Ball slapped away. And Will Hill got some hand on it.
Yeah, still 1 foul to give. That won't put him in the bonus. So
that's the second one. Valerie off balance 3. Spins around, won't go. Will Hill on the rebound.
Big defensive possession there by WVU Tech. Great job by Keandre King.
And up court will be Bryce Radford.
Bryce has got the right idea. Going to run some clock. Put an 80% free throw shooter on the line. Try to ice this game.
57-53. 2-possession game right now. Bryce Radford can make this a 6-point lead.
Well, if you're trying to win a basketball game and you got a guy like Bryce Radford out there with the ball, you're feeling pretty good right now if you're Coach Wilmore.
Yeah. So Bryce. First one's good. 9:53. Down underneath.
There we
Strips
go.
it off of the board. And Jordan Stowe gets a big 2. And it's a timeout right after that called by Kevin Reynolds. So each team, Brian, away, Rita has it, 2 apiece.
2 timeouts.
2 timeouts for each team. 59-55.
Well, I'm sure coming out of the timeout, Coach Reynolds is drawing up pressure. He's going to bring that full court. They're going to try to make some plays probably in the back court and somewhere around half court. If something doesn't happen, we're going to see a foul. For WVU Tech, it's important to keep the ball in the guys' hands that are your higher free throw percentage shooters. And, of course, you have Bryce Radford at over 80%. That'd be my obvious choice, if possible, to have put on the line if you're Coach Wilmore.
Yeah, and then you look at, Keandre King is a pretty good foul shooter. I mean, but I think 30's the one 30's the one you want the ball into.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And plus he's just such a great decision maker. But you got Ashton Parker shoots 70% from the free throw line, and as you mentioned, Keandre King shoots it well. So got some good options there. We'll see how this possession goes. It'll be up to WVU Tech to handle this pressure that's coming their way right now.
Tech trying to go 4-2 on the year and 2-0 in the conference. Point Park Pioneers trying to avoid their first loss on the season and their first loss in the conference. So you're right. They're going full press. 2 timeouts apiece. Tech will get the ball in. And they'll get it into Smithers.
Yeah, they had the trap there. It looks like maybe we had a reach in and foul. And
we got a timeout.
They called a timeout. They called the timeout.
They got the timeout.
Point Park was arguing for a travel call. I don't think he moved his feet. It was a great trap. They set up the diamond press, had a nice trap in the corner right where they wanted to. But headsy play by Smithers to get that timeout.
So Smithers got the timeout, double teamed, and Coach Reynolds still not happy. He is making his point now. He's got his drawing board over there. Brian, you coached for years. Has there ever been anything on those drawing boards that you really drew up that worked exactly right?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, it depends. It depends on the team you have, the experience. You try not to break a board out and draw something up for the first time. Hopefully it's something you've worked on before in practice, and it's just use that board more as a refresher.
Yeah.
Now, I broke a couple
I
of
was
those
getting ready to
boards.
say,
Yeah.
I think I remember you. You've had to buy a few.
Yeah. Sometimes that board was the source of my frustration because you are coaching high school kids. You can't take it out on them like you want to sometimes. So you have to find an inanimate object, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Well, like the old saying, sometimes you're coaching high school kids, and it wasn't too awful long ago with a lot of kids, they believed in Santa Claus too. So.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, Keith, here we go. So WVU Tech's going to have to take care of the basketball, make good decisions against the pressure, and ultimately when they do that, they're going to have to knock free throws down. And for Point Park, they've got to create some turnovers and hope Tech misses some free throws at this point.
18.7 seconds to go. The inbound is going to come from the side. King on the inbound. Will looks. Now gets the ball in, and double team down underneath is Will Hill, and the ball is stolen away. And inside, shot won't go. Rebound Tech. Bryce Radford with the ball. 9 seconds to go. Radford is going to be fouled. And if he can knock these two down, Brian, I think that should do it.
Yeah, I think that should do it. Point Park did a great job with the press. The big 7-footer with the long wingspan picked it out of the air, and I think Stamps was in a lot of traffic there, maybe rushed that shot a little bit. But kudos to Tech to get the ball and get back down here and get it to the free throw shooter's hands. They want it with Bryce Radford.
All right, so Bryce will come up to the line and shoot. He has 2 shots coming his way. Got the first one. 60-55. Jordan Stowe is back in. Jags comes out. 9 seconds exactly. Makes them both.
Big free throws by Bryce Radford right there.
So the inbound will come to Jalen Stamps.
A good token. Pressure, don't want to foul there.
Long 3. Rebound won't go. Jordan Stowe. And that will.
Oh, wow.
That's an intentional foul.
Wow. Yeah,
we're just about. That is an intentional foul. We've got people that's.
Yeah, that was just completely uncalled for. Just uncalled for. The coaches are doing a good job separating, getting the players back to the benches. I think they're just going to call the game and send the teams to the locker room at this point.
I think that would be the best thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I understand being frustrated, but look at
Tech
this
says
here.
we don't want the shot.
That was just uncalled for by Valerie. I realize you're frustrated. Your team's down. It's your first loss. But that's just unacceptable. Uncalled for in every way.
And Tech has already headed their locker room. They said, we don't want to take the foul shots.
Yeah,
the officials are there. There's going to have to be a report made on this.
Yeah, there should be, because that's just unacceptable. But both coaches did a good job getting their teams back. The referees did a good job handling the situation. It's just unfortunate. We had such a good basketball game to end in that way. And here's one more time, Keith. We see here, he just makes a full run just like a middle linebacker. That's just there's a word I want to say, but I'm not going to say it on the air. That's just a pretty pathetic play. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Very, very so. 61-57 is your final. We'll wrap it up after this here on Video Productions.
Every year, the big banks raise their fees while reducing the services they provide. How do they get away with that? If you were to join Pioneer Community Bank, your money would stay right here, supporting a local business, which results in lower fees and better customer service for you. Sounds like a plan. So you're not really stuck with the big banks and their policies. Keep your money where it belongs, right here with Pioneer Community Bank. Pioneer Community Bank with locations in Beckley, Yeager, Sophia, Moore, and Welch. Member FDIC.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Christmas time is upon us, and Hometown Kia of Beckley wants to make your Christmas red, white, and green this year. Green in savings on a new Kia at Hometown Kia. Reindeer aren't a dependable form of transportation anymore, but an all-new Kia Telluride is. Right now, the staff at Hometown Kia are ready to step up and help Santa make your Christmas bright with a purchase or lease on a new Kia. Don't let the Grinch steal your Christmas savings. Keep that money in your stocking this year. Savings this big won't fit in Santa's bag. So you need to get out to Hometown Kia today or online at hometownkia.com.
Nachos, better with Pepsi.
Back here at the Gilmore Gymnasium, your final score, Greater Beckley. I was getting ready to say that. You're sitting here beside me, man. I've made it through 2 games without saying that when we get to the end of this.
There you go.
61-57, and the win belongs to WVU Tech. And a glaring stat, Brian, is the three-point attempts for Point Park.
Yeah, 2 for 20. 10% is not going to cut it. Credit to WVU Tech's defense. I thought they really did a great job. Again, the overall numbers here, WVU Tech 21 of 50 from the field overall, 5 of 14 from the line, which is respectable, 14 of 18 from free throws, 35 rebounds. Again, got out-rebounded by 11, so did a pretty good job the rest of the way. 16 assists, 6 steals, and unfortunately for Tech today, 20 turnovers, which is, I think, really unusual for WVU Tech to have that many turnovers.
And only 4 offensive rebounds, but Tech did have 4 players in double figures led by Parker.
Yeah, Parker with 16, Keandre King, big game with 14 points, Brant Smithers 12, and Bryce Radford 10. Can't say enough about Keandre and Bryce. I thought just overall just showed a lot of grit and determination. And, of course, you got Will Hill tonight with 9, who was right on the cusp of it. So good balance by WVU Tech.
This game was 29-24 at the half, and Tech comes out and outscores Point Park in the second half 37-28, and they win 61-57 for Point. They have 3 players in double figures. They're led by Jalen Stamps, had 16. Joe Valerie had 11. And Schifino had 13. They turned the ball only over 14 times. They had 46 rebounds. And let's see what else we got. Points off of turnovers, both at 14 apiece. Points in the paint, Point Park 30, Tech 26. We had 3 ties, 5 lead changes, and that's pretty much it. Good ball game. Good, fast-paced, exciting basketball game to watch and call.
Yeah, and, you know, if you're WVU Tech and Coach Wilmore, I mean, you've got to be happy because you have to find different ways to win on different nights. And I thought tonight, you know, they went up against a really good defensive team, a really good rebounding team, but they were determined. They were shorthanded tonight without Andrew Work. As we mentioned, Thomas Haley still not in the lineup. So shorthanded and going against a 5-0 team to come in here and show that grit and determination. He's got to feel real good about where he's at with his basketball team right now.
Absolutely. So a doubleheader win for Tech. The women win 97-66, and the men take a 61-57 win over Point Park, the Pioneers. And the men's team is playing in Circleville, Ohio on November the 22nd, which is Tuesday, against Ohio Christian University. Then they play down at Kingsport on the 26th and 27th, and then they'll be off until the first of the year. Enjoyed it, my friend.
You too.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Keith.
Enjoyed this very, very much. Brian Hilton doing color on this game.
I've been with two legends. I
don't know about the legends.
I had the pleasure of Bill O'Brien, and now I've had the pleasure of Keith Thompson. I just don't know if it gets any better than that. I feel honored. I really mean that.
Well, I thank you very much, and you can put O'Brien in the legend category, but I'm not in there yet. So.
I think I'm 2 for 2 on that front.
Nick Eskins has produced this ball game. Jackie Donnell has been on camera, and Rita Burleson on the book. Bobby Smith on the scoreboard. Kenny Burleson on the clock shot, and that will do it. I'm Keith Thompson. Your final score once again, 61-57. WVU Tech gets the win. Good night, everyone.